But first, this Truth Social post from the president last night sending shockwaves through Washington and around the world. The president ordering the Pentagon to begin nuclear weapons testing immediately, breaking more than 3 decades of U.S. policy. He cites testing programs from other countries and growing stockpiles in China and Russia for this surprise move. So let's get right out to NewsNation's Kelly Meyer, live for us at the White House. So Kelly, what are we learning about these potential nuclear tests?
Yeah, Nichole, the president has ordered the Pentagon to, quote, immediately begin that testing. The president announced this shortly before his meeting with China's president in South Korea. China's last known testing of a nuclear weapon was back in 1996. Russia's recent weapons testing did not detonate a nuclear weapon, just the delivery technology. So here's what the president said when asked why he's doing this now.
With others, they seem to all be nuclear testing. We have more nuclear weapons than anybody. We don't do testing. We've halted it many years ago. But with others doing testing, I think it's appropriate that we do also. We have test sites. It'll be announced.
And one Russian official is warning today that any U.S. move to resume nuclear weapons testing would trigger a destabilizing chain reaction and is accusing Washington of undermining global strategic stability. Nichole.
So, Kelly, what is America's history when it comes to nuclear testing?
Yeah, so by its own count, the U.S. has conducted over 1,000 explosive nuclear tests between 1945 and 1992. So the last confirmed nuclear test by the United States was in 92 when President George H.W. Bush announced a moratorium on underground nuclear testing. The U.S. has the ability to resume tests at a federal site in Nevada. Press reports in May 2020 indicated that Trump administration officials had discussed whether to conduct an explosive test of the U.S. nuclear weapon. Since then, the first Trump administration and subsequent Biden administration statements have reaffirmed the moratorium. Here's more from the president.
I don't think so. I think we have it pretty well locked up. But we have more than anybody. But I see them testing. I say, well, if they're going to test, I guess we have to test. I think de-escalation would be, they would call it denuclearization, would be a tremendous thing. And it's something, we are actually talking to Russia about that, and China would be added to that if we do something.
So he's talking about complete denuclearization, and Russia denies testing nuclear weapons, but says it would if the U.S. does. Nichole.
All right. Kelly Meyer, live for us there in D.C. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.